Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025, a Leaf Metal Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save it to the seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we go live and eBay live. Also, anybody should know participation, link down in the description. Steve Monster Milan, 9 of 10. Mike Piazza, 20/99. Carter Johnson, 12 of 25. Eduardo Tate, 23 of 49. Cooper Pratt, 9 of 10. Blake Mitchell, 14 of 15. And James Tibbs, a third, 3 of 25. Box number 2. Ryan Waldschmidt, 65 of 99. Max Bellew, 55 of 99. Santiago Suarez, 16 of 49. Chase Mobley, 27 of 49. Blake Burke, 1 of 5. Tyson Lewis, 6 of 8. And Seth Hernandez, 11 of 25. George Brett, 59 of 99. Seth Hernandez, 25 of 25. Darryl Strawberry, 31 of 35. Cam Caminiti, 2 of 10. Dontrell Willis, 17 of 35. Cam Kojal, 2 of 7. And Jesus Mate, 5 of 15. Box number 4. Eduardo Tate, 97 of 99. Son Hill, 63 of 99. Alejandro Rosario, 14 of 15. Braylon Payne, 4 of 49. Gary Gill Hill, 14 of 25. Jacob Cozart, 4 of 5. And Samuel Basayo, 23 of 49. Connor Griffin, 72 of 99. Bryce Rayner, 8 of 99. Jared Thomas, 8 of 10. Urangelo Ciente, 10 of 10. Kellen Lindsey, 17 of 49. Luke Dickerson, 6 of 8. And Tim Raines, Vince Coleman, and Otis Nixon, triple auto, 2 of 3. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have either of those 3 guys. Ethan Petrie, 42 of 99. Kellen Lindsey, 69 of 99. Emmanuel Rodriguez, 26 of 49. Ben Hess, 25 of 25. Cash Mayfield, 14 of 15. Trey Savage, 49 of 49. And Ethan Anderson, Griffo Farrell, dual auto, 3 of 3. That will also be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Griffo Farrell, 8 of 10. Hideki Matsui, 12 of 99. Ethan Petrie, 45 of 49. Gavin Turley, 2 of 3. Jonathan Santucci, 14/15. Jason Churio, 8/10. And Connor Griffin, 12/49. Box number 8. Griffin Burkholder, 34/49. London Herrera, 1/25. Brody Brecht, 25/49. Trey Phelps, 3/3. Gavin Gravak, 5/49. Yaro Padilla, 38/49. And Zaire Hope, 1/1. Rock Shalosky, 18/99. Jeremy Rodriguez, 33/49. Malcolm Moore, 4/7. Griff O'Farrell, 1/1. Dex McClellan Jr., 2/25. Trent Caraway, 22/35. And Tyler Bremner, 49/49. Box 10. Caleb Lomavita, 47/49. Edgar Martinez, 58/99. Mike Sirota, 2/5. Quinn Young, 2/2. Rafael Flores, 49/49. Ryan Sloan, 34/35. And Rentaro Sasaki, 42/49. Box 11. Ethan Holiday, 64/99. Eshedri Vargas, 13/99. Alfredo Sanya, 10/10. Brandon Montgomery, 1/1. Brandon Sproat, 10/10. Bryce Rayner, 17/25. And Cruz Schoolcraft, 3/3. Final box of the break, box number 12. Good luck, everybody. Adrian Beltre, printing play 1/1. Dean Moss, 82/99. Wyatt Sanford, 37/49. Will Gasparino, 10/10. Steve Monster Milam, 23/35. Seaver King, 3/5. And Charlie Sheen, caught looking die cut, 1/10. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Go and get a hit recap going real quick. Then we'll take care of our randoms. For the hits, Steve Monson Milam, Mike Piazza, Carter Johnson, Eduardo Tate, Cooper Pratt, Blake Mitchell, James Tibbs, Ryan Waldschmidt, Max Bellieu, Santiago Suarez, Chase Mobley, Blake Burke, Tyson Lewis, Seth Hernandez, George Brett, Seth Hernandez, Darryl Strawberry, Cam Kemniti, Dontrell Willis, Cam Kojal, Jesus Mate, Eduardo Tate, Desan Hill, Alejandro Rosario, Braylon Payne, Gary Gilhill, Jacob Cozart, Samuel Basayo, Connor Griffin, Bryce Rayner, Jared Thomas, D'Angelo Ciente, Kellen Lindsay, Luke Dickerson, Ethan Petrie, Kellen Lindsay, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Ben Hess, Cash Mayfield, Trey Savage, Griff O'Farrell, Hideki Matsui, Ethan Petrie, Gavin Turley, Jonathan Santucci, Jason Churio, Connor Griffin, Griffin Burkholder, Wellington Herrera, Brody Brecht, Trey Phelps, Gavin Gravak, Yairo Padilla, Zaire Hope, Rock Chalosky, Jeremy Rodriguez, Malcolm Moore, Griff O'Farrell, Dexter McClellan Jr., Trent Caraway, Tyler Bremner, Caleb Lomavita, Edgar Martinez, Mike Sirota, Quinn Young, Rafael Flores, Ryan Sloan, Rento Sasaki, Ethan Holiday, Echezri Vargas, Alfredo Sena, Brandon Montgomery, Brandon Sproat, Bryce Rayner, Cruz Schoolcraft, Adrian Beltre, Dean Moss, Wyatt Sanford, Will Gasparino, Steve Monster Milam, Steve King, and Charlie Sheen. And headed to random.org, dual auto, Ethan Anderson and Griff O'Farrell, triple auto, Tim Raines, Vince Coleman, and Otis Nixon. Alright, that is it for baseball. Thank you guys again being here on a Sunday morning. Hope you have a great start to your week coming up. And we're going to head to random.org real quick and knock these two out. Then we're on to 2025 Leaf Metal Football. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Gotta roll some dice with 3 high valve for us. Gonna go 5 times on each random, starting off with Ethan Anderson and Griff O'Farrell. That is 4 times. On a roll. Ethan Anderson coming out on top. Congratulations. And Tim Raines, Vince Coleman, Otis Nixon, triple auto. That is 4 times. Final roll. Otis Nixon taking it home. Congratulations. Alright, we're on to 2025 Leaf Metal Football here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go. We'll be back with you shortly. All right, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks on B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Football to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know with the live and even live. Also, mention no purchase safe, link down in the description. Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. Joe Burrow, 36 of 149. Brady Schmiegel, out of 149. Donovan Olugboade, 4 of 8. Justin Thurman, 10 of 10. Deshaun Rideau, 6 of 10. Caden Dixon Wyatt, 3 of 7. And Gunnar Stockton, 7 of 15. George McIntyre, 13 of 25. Diego Pavia, out of 149. Mason Holtzclaw, 1 of 3. Phillip Bell, 3 of 12. Graham Mertz, 1 of 12. Jamie French, 1 of 3. And chalk it up, Drew Brees, 1 of 1. Boom, that's nice. Box number 3. Ryan Williams, 18 of 49. Ted McMillan, 38 of 49. Rashad Amos, 7 of 8. Jared Gibson, 6 of 7. Hakeem Williams, 7 of 10. Mario Taylor, 6 of 15. And Garrett Nussmeier, 1 of 5. Jerome Miles, 13 of 49. Colin Lacey, 25 of 25. Marcus Harris, 1 of 5. Demarcus Davis, 3 of 10. Darian Coleman, 10 of 15. Derek Zammit, 3 of 3. And dual auto, Matthew Golden and Ryan Wingo, 3 of 4. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. So stay tuned for that to be open either of those guys. Box number 5, Randy Mouse, out of 149. Phil Maffa, out of 149. Nick Anderson, 3 of 5. TJ Moore, 6 of 10. Tyler Walker, 2 of 3. Tredez Green, 8 of 12. And Travion Henderson, 1 of 1. Upright die cut, Drew Brees, 8 of 10. DeMond Williams Jr., out of 149. Noah Rogers, 9 of 15. Zach Katz, 9 of 15. Peyton Thorne, 12 of 15. Tyler Cherry, 1 of 12. And Diego Pavia, 2 of 5. Xavier Thomas, 47/49. Ethan Kaliakmanis, 31/149. TJ Finley, 10/12. Brady Cook, printing plate 1/1. Brady Allen, 2/15. Lewis Bond, 3/4. And Matthew Golden, 12/12. LaDainian Tomlinson, out of 149. Samuel Brown, out of 149. Javon Tracy, 6/7. Malik Washington, 5/10. Antoine Hill Jr., 1/10. Andrew Marsh, 14/15. And triple auto, Juju Lewis, Antoine Hill Jr., and Camario Taylor, 1/1. That'll also be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have any of those three guys. Box number 9. Josh Hoover, out of 149. Brandon Aubrey, out of 149. Dylan Risk, 3/10. Celeste Moa, 4/12. Jalen Daniels, 7/7. Christopher Vizina, 2/8. And DJ Lagway, 9/10. Caleb Johnson, out of 149. Antonio Brown, out of 149. Penny Boone, 10/10. Otis Anderson, 10/12. Phil Maffa, 2/2. Dylan Sampson, 2/5. And Damon Williams Jr., 1/1. Box 11. Darian Metza, 3/149. Tyreek Hill, 3/49. Chad Ochocinco, Savage, 1/1. That's cool. Tyron Tracy Jr., 1/5. Nick Nash, 1/1. Will Griffin, 1/15. And Cam Coleman, 3/20. Final box of the break, box number 12. Good luck, everybody. Graham Mertz, out of 149. Malachi Ziegler, out of 149. Denzel Gardner, 2/4. Braden Fowler-Nicolosi, 5/5. Ryan Rakowski, 1/10. Robert Lewis, 1/8. And Cam Ward to close us out, 7/10. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Spending a little bit of your Sunday morning here with us. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick, then we'll take care of our randoms. For the hits, Joe Burrow, Brady Schmiegel, Donovan Oligbode, Justin Thurman, Deshaun Riddell, Caden Dixon-Wyatt, Gunnar Stockton, George McIntyre, Diego Pavia, Mason Holtzclaw, Phillip Bell, Graham Mertz, Jamie French, Drew Brees, Ryan Williams, Ted McMillan, Rashad Amos, Jared Gibson, Hakeem Williams, Camario Taylor, Garrett Nussmeier, Jerome Miles, Colin Lacey, Marcus Harris, Demarcus Davis, Darian Coleman, Derek Zammett, Randy Mouse, Phil Maffa, Nick Anderson, TJ Moore, Tommy Walker, Trudez Green, Travion Henderson, Drew Brees, Damon Williams Jr., Noah Rogers, Zach Katz, Peyton Thorne, Tyler Cherry, Diego Pavia, Xavier Thomas, Ethan Kaliakmanis, TJ Finley, Brady Cook, Brady Allen, Lewis Bond, Matthew Golden, LaDainian Tomlinson, Samuel Brown, Javon Tracy, Malik Washington, Antoine Williams Jr., Andrew Marsh, Josh Hoover, Brandon Aubrey, Dylan Risk, Celeste Moa, Jalen Daniels, Christopher Vizino, DJ Lagway, Caleb Johnson, Antonio Brown, Penny Boone, Otis Anderson, Phil Moffa, Dylan Sampson, Demond Williams Jr., Darian Metza, Tyreek Hill, Chad Ochocinco, Darren Tracy Jr., Nick Nash, Will Griffin, Cam Coleman, Graham Mertz, Malachi Ziegler, Denzel Gardner, Braden Palanicollosi, Ryan Murkowski, Robert Lewis, and Cam Ward. And headed to random.org, Matthew Golden and Ryan Wingo, dual auto out of 4. And 1 of 1, triple auto, Juju Lewis, Antoine Hill Jr., and Camario Taylor. Alright, that'll do it for football. We'll be back in a few minutes with 2025 Leaf Metal Independence Day Multisport. For that, we're going to head to random.org real quick and knock these two out. Back with that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Give it to your high valid for us. We're going to go 9 times on the random, starting off with Matthew Golden and Ryan Wingo. That is 8 times. Final roll. Ryan Wingo coming out on top. Congratulations. And Juju Lewis, Antoine Hill Jr., Camario Taylor. That is 8 times. Final roll. Antoine Hill Jr. coming out on top. Congratulations. All right, that is it for football. Thank you guys again for being here on a Sunday. We are on to 2025 Leaf Metal Independence Day Multisport. We'll be back with that in just a second. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Independence Day Multi-Sport to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know when we go live and even live. Also, mention no purchase necessary for link down in the description. Box number 1. Good luck, everybody. One of one, Johnny Bench. And Trinity Rodman, 1 of 1. Nice. Kurt Schilling, 1 of 1. And Julius Irving, 1 of 1. Allen Houston, 1 of 1. And Celebrate America, Johnny Bench, Mike Schmidt, George Brett, Pete Rose, Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith, Tony Perez, and Reggie Jackson, 1 of 1. Boom. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have any of those 8 guys. Randy Johnson, 2 of 3. And Haley Atwell, 1 of 1. One of 1, Keenan Allen. And Dan Marino, 2 of 4. Box number 6. Jim Tomey, 2 of 2. And Yao Ming, 1 of 1. Box number 7. Allen Iverson, 1 of 1. And Troy Polamalu, 1 of 1. Box number 8. Yuki Tsunoda, 1 of 1. And Conor McGregor, 1 of 1. Box number 9. Peja Stojakovic, 1 of 4. And Paul Skeens, 1 of 1. Right in front of the White House. And final box to break, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Emmanuel Rodriguez, 1 of 2. And Celebrate America, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Steve Austin, Goldberg, Jake the Snake Roberts, Greg Valentine, Coco Beware, and Tito Santana. Boom. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here on a Sunday morning, spending a little bit of it with us. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick. Kurt Schilling, Allen Houston, Haley Atwell, Dan Marino, Allen Iverson, Conor McGregor, and Emmanuel Rodriguez. Johnny Bench, Julius Erving, Keenan Allen, Jim Thome, Peja Stojakovic, and Paul Skeens. Trinity Rodman, Randy Johnson, Yao Ming, Troy Polamalu, and Yuki Tsunoda. And headed to random.org here in just a second. Celebrate America. Octo Auto, Johnny Bench, Mike Schmidt, George Brett, Pete Rose, Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith, Tony Perez, and Reggie Jackson. And Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Steve Austin, Goldberg, Jake the Snake Roberts, Greg Valentine, Coco Beware, and Tito Santana. Alright, that'll do it for us for today. Thank you guys again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. We're going to head to random.org real quick and knock these two out. Be back with that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Give it 3 high to be valid for us. We're going to go 10 times on each random. Starting off with Johnny Bench, Mike Schmidt, George Brett, Pete Rose, Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith, Tony Perez, and Reggie Jackson. That's 9 times. 4 plus 6 is 10. Final roll. Johnny Bench taking it home. Congratulations. And next up, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Goldberg, Jake the Snake Roberts, Greg Valentine, Coco Beware, and Tito Santana. That is 9 times. Final roll. Greg Valentine coming out on top. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank you guys again. Hope you have a great start to your week and rest of your weekend. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. Until next time, everybody.